Wow, that was rather unfortunate. But welcome back to part two, hopefully. Oh, and this is looking nasty start already. Hopefully this doesn't happen again. Hopefully we're stable. Sorry about that to everybody who was tapped into part one. We're gonna just go right back into it for part two though. And hopefully we stay stable throughout the rest of this. That was nasty. What a train wreck. Didn't expect that today.
It's okay, man. It happens.
Wow. All right.
First time in 151 episodes.
At least it didn't happen during episode 150.
No doubt.
Yo, can y'all hear the messages coming through? Or is that just me?
Hear what messages coming through?
All right, cool. No, don't worry about it. So are we muting ourselves until we get back to 150 likes, or what's happening here?
Yeah.
You know what? I was so mad because I seen we was at 192 and I was gonna say it's to do the J-Rob whatever it was, but we can't do it no more.
This is definitely a J-Rob show now. We got a blackout, we got a rule change. Damn.
Yeah, that was
I'm jinxing PC right now.
that was tough. So for everyone who's tuning back in, my computer crashed. That was a first. 151 episodes, and my computer finally crashed on one of these lives. I guess it's, about time that something crazy happened during one of the live shows, but
About damn time.
it is what it is. So here we go, part two. Where were we even? I know what we were about to get to, but
Katie and Kawhi.
Mars said that Kawhi Leonard was better than Kevin Durant.
I remember that.
So there's one more thing I gotta ask before we get off the topic. You think Kawhi Leonard? Who's your top 5 players in the NBA right now?
Giannis, Jokic, Steph, LeBron, and then that fifth spot would be
Kevin
Kawhi, KD, Embiid, Luka. Any of those 4 guys can get in that fifth spot, but I'd probably throw Kawhi in there.
This is a projection then.
I mean, based off this year, Kawhi wouldn't be ranked, but
Right. But because you have him in there, it's a projection for next year because he's coming back.
Yeah, I think Kawhi healthy is maybe the 5th best player in the NBA.
So I'm just confused because
So you think Jokic is top three in the NBA?
I think he's second at worst.
Yeah, we got into that a while.
So that means you don't really care so much about your impacts on defense then. You care more about like the playmaking? Because
I don't think Jokic is an unimpactful defender, but I think what he does on offense is so transcendent that
Are you lost on the MVP? Do you really care?
I don't think he deserved the MVP this year, but that's because he was a 6th seed. I would have given it to Giannis or Embiid.
Well, I personally think the MVP, they just moved the goalposts for what the criteria is on the MVP.
That's why I hate discussions about MVPs. I don't think Jokic is a better player because he won the MVP.
No, I had to ask.
Yeah, that's what. If he came second both years, I'd still have the same opinion on Jokic as a player. He hasn't gotten worse. I just think he won the award. That is what it is. But yeah, I have him top 2. I guess the worst you could say is 3, but I don't think Steph's over him. But he's in the top 3 for sure.
Mars, I can't
agree with that. Jokic to me is not the 2nd or 3rd best player in the NBA, but it's all opinion.
I'm just a little bit confused because you say that you value rim protecting and help side way more than like perimeter defense. So
yes, it's the most valuable form of defense. Yes.
Perfect. So that's why I'm saying confused. I'm not saying this to say that you should say Kevin Durant is that much better than Kawhi Leonard on defense, but you openly stated that Kawhi gets his impact through perimeter defense, but to you that's less impactful. So I'm just curious why maybe if the bar is like this and here for the normal people, why since you value rim protecting that much, the bar is closer?
Because I think what I said was elite rim protection will elite rim protection will trump elite perimeter defense. That's what I was talking about with Giannis and Drew Holiday. If we're looking at KD, I don't think you would say he's an elite rim protector. I don't think anyone here would say he's an elite rim protector. I think he's solid to good. I think that's where
I think KD and the impact he brings on defense is very underrated, and that I always highlight.
Yeah, I think you can say he's underrated, but you still wouldn't say he's great.
I really think if we're doing like an out of 10, it's probably like an 8 because the impact he brought with the Nets, bro, like that shit was irreplaceable and that was
So
noticeable.
if KD's an 8, who's a 9? I need to know where you're
For
mapping
defense,
these players. Yes.
you got AD's a 10.
Mm-hmm.
Giannis, I would say 9, 9.5. Bam's a 10. I'll give Rudy a 9. So yeah, Rudy and those guys is like 9s.
And who's a 7?
7. 7 I'll give. I'm not sure. I'm not sure about a 7.
Because I can't get with KD being an 8 out of 10 defense. And to me, I think the closest he's been to an 8 out of 10 was in Golden State, and I still wouldn't say he was an 8. I'd say he was a 7, 7.5. But if you think he's an 8, then that means you just think KD's a better defender than I do. And the reason why I'm talking about KD's rim protection, I think that is where most of his value comes from. But if he was a rim protection to like the level of not Rudy Gobert, it doesn't need to be that good. But if he was a elite level rim protector, even close to a Giannis level, I'd say he was a better defender than Kawhi, or at least close to it. But he doesn't provide rim protection to that level for me to say that.
But that's the confusing part about it, because you, in a sense, you overvalue the rim protecting. So in my head, even if a guy's an 8, I would think that you would hold value to that more than a guy who's like a 9. You see what I'm saying?
I mean, I do hold value to it. That's why I don't think KD's a bad defender. I think he's a good defender. But if I'm comparing Kawhi, who is one of the best perimeter defenders in the game, same with a guy like Drew Holiday.
Well, KD's
value on rim protection isn't going to trump the elite perimeter defenders. It will be better than someone who's a good perimeter defender. I'd say KD's a better defensive player than like a Desmond Bane, who's a good perimeter defender. But I wouldn't say he's a better defender than Drew Holiday, who's like the best in the world defending guys on the perimeter. If you get where I'm trying to go with this.
I see what you're saying. Kawhi's defense did take a dip, though. We do have
some. Oh yeah, he's definitely he's not the claw. He's not defensive player of the year guy at all.
Perfect. Yeah, 100%. So Kawhi, you want to give him a 9 on perimeter defense? That's cool. It's just I'm just confused with it because I just understand how you value rim protecting and stuff. I just don't see how you would just value. I just don't see how you would just value another guy who's a better perimeter defender but not a better rim protector. I think
you can be better on the perimeter and not better on the interior and still be a better defender. It just depends on how good the other guy is on the interior. Like I wouldn't say Kawhi's a better defender than Rudy Gobert. I wouldn't even say it's close at this point in time. But I would say Kawhi's a better defender than someone who isn't an elite level rim protector. It just depends on how good the rim protector we're talking about is. You can provide more value on the perimeter than someone inside if that guy inside isn't providing high value or elite level value.
I'm just saying, bro. I mean, I think people really have to look into the defense that KD was playing this year and see really how impactful he was for that team, because there was a top 10 defensive rated in the league, bro. After he goes, bro, they drop dramatically all the way to a bottom 3, and that speaks to the impact that he brings. You want to talk about the last time you seen Kawhi Leonard healthy and everything? I'm assuming you're going with the playoffs that happened. Would you say that
year in general? Yeah,
that year in general. So what was KD's stats that year too?
Probably around the same years now, 29, 7, 5, something 29, like that.
29, 7, and 5. And then would you say that KD had a better postseason than Kawhi Leonard?
I mean, Kawhi got hurt in the second round, but before that, I'd say Kawhi was probably the best player playing in the playoffs. So in my opinion.
So KD, what he did on the Bucks was not the best thing that you seen last year in the playoffs.
I mean, before Kawhi got hurt, so I think he got hurt in game 3 of the second round.
They were both playing in the second round.
The 7 games against Dallas and the 3 games before Kawhi got hurt, I think Kawhi Leonard was playing better than anyone playing in the playoffs.
Again, I want to highlight this. Do you think that Milwaukee
up until
Bucks,
the third
KD,
game,
I need
to know this. Best player in the playoffs.
I need to know this now. I need to know this now. Which was the best series? KD against the Bucks or Kawhi Leonard and his whole playoff run?
I think Kawhi played better than KD in the playoffs up until he got hurt.
I don't agree with that. I think KD, you want to talk about the last time they was both healthy together. I think KD obviously cleared Kawhi Leonard, mainly because when we seen the Dak stacked up against KD, we seen how he responded. That was a position that Kawhi Leonard was never put in his whole entire career, and we seen how KD did and showed up and almost eliminating the soon-to-be championships.
I mean, I don't give credit for almost.
It's not about almost, but you have to give credit.
That, you just said almost. He played great. I think he was the second best. I mean, I don't know about Giannis, but he was one of the best performers in the playoffs. I just think Kawhi was playing better up until that point.
You have to give credit to the performance. The reason why
he played great.
The reason why we call Luka Doncic so high regards because of what he does in the postseason. Even though that he loses sometimes, especially in the Clippers, we give him credit for that. KD and what he did was the best thing in that postseason. We want to talk about the last time they were healthy. KD cleared Kawhi Leonard pretty easily.
KD was definitely healthy with what we just saw. And to me, you can say KD was easily the best thing you saw in that postseason. I think Kawhi was playing better, but he just got hurt. So I think that's just up to personal preference.
I think KD could have won the chip, but his players got hurt.
All right, let's move on.
He didn't.
We'll just leave it at that.
I think Kawhi Leonard could have won a chip, but he got hurt. That doesn't mean anything.
Let's move on because I want to talk about this Celtics Nets stuff. But Corey, the movie junkie, before the computer crash, sent a super chat, said, "Is Damian overrated?"
I think most people rate him fairly. Top 10, 15 player in the NBA.
Yeah. Either you really like Dame or you think he's Carmelo Anthony.
All right, let's talk about. Go ahead, Euro.
What if you like Carmelo Anthony?
Then you like losing.
There you go.
That's crazy.
It's like every time you say that, I feel like a tiny knife in my heart, Mars.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with liking losing. I mean, everyone likes their own things.
So what happens if the Golden State Warriors eventually, which they will, what goes up must come down, slip back into the abyss and become the Portland Trailblazers?
Then like they have been. Then I have to accept that my team is a bunch of losers at that time.
Warriors is your team?
Yes.
I don't think I really think that's so disingenuous to just be calling people and players losers, bro. I'm sorry.
You do that, fool.
If you haven't won, if you haven't won, what's the opposite of winning?
But that's hold on.
Is Charles Barkley a loser?
I need to.
He never won, yes. So yes, he's a loser.
I need to address this with Euro. I say that with Cat mainly because of the energy that he was showing Russell Westbrook, and he pissed me off with that type of energy, and that's why I got on Cat so hard. It was mainly because of his comments on Russell Westbrook.
And because he's a loser.
Oh, you talking about when he was on Aiden Ross's stream?
That's not what
when
you
he was
said
on Aiden Ross's stream.
You were talking about.
Yeah. That shit was ridiculous, bro.
But you wouldn't call someone who's a winner a loser, even if you were angry at them, because it wouldn't be true.
I wouldn't call any of those guys losers.
If Cat was a champion, you'd come at his game. You wouldn't come at the fact that he's a loser.
No,
so call him a clown. So call him a clown then.
I think his game is amazing. Nah, fuck that. You're gonna call a guy a loser. You're gonna say a guy's not winning, playing the game just to stack stuff the stat sheet. But saying he's not going to be able to win games, well, then I'm going to look at you crazy. Like, bro, you haven't been winning in your whole entire career. Like, seriously, bro, don't be doing that.
Yeah, I'm not calling everybody a loser because of circumstances too. Like, that's just not fair. Like,
I'm not calling nobody a loser.
Yeah, like, first of all, they in the NBA. You won when you went to the A. But at the same time, like, guys, people are losers now because they just didn't win a championship. Like, if you sometimes you want a conference finals, you go here, you go there. I mean, you could say they're not a champion. I think that's easier to say. They're not a championship, but a loser. Like, come on, man. Like,
they lost.
Certain situations, certain people are gonna have played their careers in a certain situation. If Damian Lillard never ends in Portland, his career he's a loser. Like that's your mindset.
He was a loser for his career. Yes, doesn't make him a worse player. I'm not gonna say he's worse than guys
because they're not losers, bro. How can you call somebody?
They never won
because they never won and never became a championship. Everybody's not gonna be a champion, bro.
Okay, so then
that's why there's only one.
Yes,
there's only one,
and everyone who doesn't become a champion, they were losers. Chris Paul,
That's so-
loser. Russell
that's-
Westbrook,
that's-
loser.
that's
James Harden,
fucking
loser.
Mars,
Allen
Mars.
Brian
Iverson, loser.
Scalabrine,
They
winner.
No,
lost.
no, wait, no, stop.
That's
Yes,
like
they
thank you,
lost.
thank
No,
you.
no,
Brian
wait, yeah,
Scalabrine is a winner,
No,
bro.
that's so
He's
black.
Brian
on
Scalabrine
quarterback
won a
winner.
championship.
That's so black and white, and that's
Derek
so
Fisher's
That's
a
how
winner.
it is.
guys.
Either
Derek
you win or
Fisher-
you lose.
It's
Derek
not.
Fisher,
It's
Derek
not.
Fisher's
When we
a
talk
winner, but
about
Charles Barkley is a loser.
yeah, when we
Like,
But
talk
come
I
on,
about
never
bro.
said Derek
Clearly,
Fisher's better than Charles
Bro,
Barkley.
Doesn't
You just-
matter. He's a loser.
So then,
Like,
yeah,
he's a loser.
Charles
One
Barkley's
guy's
a
a loser.
loser.
They don't go
Like,
to
I
the
don't-
chip, bro.
I don't know why you guys
When we
view
talk-
loser as such a negative
bro,
term. It's just what you
it-
did. You
It
lost.
is a negative term.
It's
because
not.
when
You
you-
lost. It's
there's
a
It
only
is,
factual
bro.
statement. You
There-
lost.
It is.
there's only one championship.
about?
Yes, and
There's
the one team that wins a championship are the team of the guys who had the winners. They
All right,
won.
let's settle down. Let's settle down real quick.
Like,
right? Let's settle
Either
down.
you
Bro,
lose
I ain't
to
gonna
act
lie.
like, to
I ain't
act
gonna
like not
lie.
calling somebody a loser is not a negative connotation, bro. It's just complete blasphemy, bro.
I mean, it's a factual statement.
It's not
You
a factual
lost.
statement, bro.
It is.
They
You
lost.
John Stockton. Guess
If you
what?
lose,
You never won.
if you
You're
lose
a
an
loser.
episode of
You lost.
PC, if somebody say Dub is winning on a PC episode, you're just a loser because
Yes, I lost the episode. Yes.
Oh my god! So you're a
But would
loser.
you-
So I
but-
should label you as a loser now. You're a
Oh
loser.
my
Have I never won? If
I'm
I've
just
never
saying-
won, yes,
To
I'm
be
clearly
honest,
a loser.
from looking at
Yes.
TikTok, I don't think you've ever won. So
Alright,
I
cool,
don't
and then
know.
I can be
I don't
called a
know.
loser
I
on
see
TikTok.
your take. I see your takes, bro. So I don't know if
And
you've
that's
ever won,
cool.
bro.
And if
I
you want to
don't
call me a
know.
loser
But
on
if I'm
TikTok 'cause I
saying,
never
like,
won, I'm not gonna
What's
answer
my
it.
point, though? So now
take.
you're a loser. You have an L take, so now you're a loser, bro.
If you
That's-
think I've never
okay.
made a good take and all I've done is take L takes, then clearly I'm a
Bro,
loser.
you
Yes,
said
I've never
John
won.
Stockton, bro. You said John Stockton was not an elite playmaker, bro. I mean,
I never said that. I said he
Bro,
wasn't top 5. So if
he wasn't
you're
top
gonna quote,
five,
if you're
but he
gonna
has
quote
all
me,
the
then at
assists.
least quote
he
me
has all
correctly
the
because I
assists.
never
He has
said
all
that.
the, he has the most assists in the NBA.
Yes, he has
but
the most assists of
he's
all time,
not a
and he's
top-
not a top 5.
he's not a top
playmaker.
5 playmaker.
Yes, correct.
Based on what? Because what, he dumped the ball to Karl Malone? Is that what you're
No,
gonna say?
based off the fact that he wasn't playmaking better.
Bro,
than
you
5
didn't even
people.
probably watch him play to even say that, bro.
And I can
Probably
say I've
seen
went back and
you
watched
probably
him.
seen no John Stockton film to make this claim.
I
that you
think
made,
I
bro.
think I do my due diligence.
Bro,
and I
you're
think
like
I watch
22
guys play.
Bro, you're like 21, bro.
I didn't need to
Like,
watch
what are
him
we
live.
talking about?
I didn't
Like,
need
bro,
to
you're
watch him
talking.
live.
Okay.
If I need to watch someone live to have an opinion on them, then we shouldn't be talking about anyone who played like Magic Johnson, Larry
Okay.
Bird, Wilt Chamberlain, Bill Russell. None of the guys should be spoken about because I don't.
Wait, I just have one question.
I
I
Mars.
have a question too, and it's for Jay.
Where was this energy a couple of months ago?
What
I was in this same position. That's why I'm over here mum. Because when I was getting jumped back in the day, nobody came for me. And yet here we are.
I mean, they
Everything
coming
comes
from me. They
full
say I'm getting
circle.
cooked in here, but I'm gonna be giving it them. Like, I'm gonna
Hey,
say,
don't.
I know. I mean, if you get cooked, I'm getting cooked because
yeah, I guess I'm
I
getting
don't.
fried, bro.
I'm not
getting
with that
fried,
either.
bro.
Jay,
But
I'm
this
getting
has been
fried.
our stance forever. Like I think this is probably one of the most recurring topics that we, talk about.
Listen, we cannot just sit here and just openly be calling players losers because we
Yeah,
have
like,
to
come on.
understand we have to understand that there's only one champion. There's teams that are better than you. LeBron, Steph, Kawhi. We got
The
those guys
winners,
top tier.
yes.
Kobe Bryant, Tim
The
Duncan.
winners.
Like it's not a bad thing to lose to those guys.
no
just
one
because
said it was.
Mars, chill right now. But when you're over here competing, when you're not even in the situations that a lot of these guys are in, bro, we cannot just sit here and be like, oh, this guy's a loser, or this guy's a loser, or he's not like that. That's so disingenuous to say because it is a level of disrespect, Mars. Regardless of how you're taking it, just because to you it's factual, it's not as black and white as, oh, just because I didn't win a ring, I'm a loser. If I'm over here battling, I'm over here up here, sitting here making myself
here, up here.
relevant, sitting here making myself a
JD, can
top
we
10
mute audio
top 10
till we
player-
get 100 likes? Dub, keep going. Sorry to interrupt you.
sitting here like a top 10 player in the league, bro. I'm not.
This is fun. 50 more likes, chat. Dub just called Mars a loser. Crazy. Simple questions. 30 likes, chat. This must be horrible for the audio listeners. I'm sorry, audio listeners. You guys have to fight the YouTube chat, though. We're so close. Someone said audio's out. We know. It's been out. You need 20 more likes, so... What are you talking about? It is the J-Rob rule. It is amazing content. Oh, he did, Chet. He did. We should cancel him. No, he didn't. No one can hear you. They're just reading your lips, playing jokes, bozo man. They can only hear me. 8 more likes and you could listen to Dub rant again. Hey, J-Rob, how long have you been holding that grudge against Mars for? That was elite. Yeah, that was elite.
I mean, and I know you have not watched too many, and I know you have not watched too much of his film. So
I didn't watch.
I'm going to go.
That's
I'm gonna
correct.
go-
Yes, I
I'm
did.
gonna
I
go
didn't
with
watch
the
John
all-time
Stockton
leader.
live. Yes,
I'm
that's
sorry that
correct.
I'm gonna go with
Audio's
the
back.
all-time assist leader of all time, and I'm sorry, I'm gonna say the guy with the most of all time isn't a top 5 assist guy.
I never said
I
he was
mean,
in the
is
top
the
5
audio
assist
still
guy. I
off?
said playmaker.
No, we're
I
back.
think those are two
You
different
don't,
things.
so you don't
but
think assist and playmaking is the same thing?
No, at all. I think LeBron averages 7 assists a game, and I think he's the second best playmaker I've ever seen, or that anyone's ever seen.
I think
And that's
he's
7
I
assists.
definitely agree. I think he's top 5 playmaker all time as well.
But that's 7
disagree.
assists a game. I mean, shouldn't you have Jason Kidd as a better playmaker than LeBron James? Based on
I don't
assists.
think Jason Kidd is better, but I'm saying if you have the most
But why
assists, that
not?
means you've been playmaking.
But why not? If it's
Why
based on
not what?
assists, why isn't Jason Kidd a better playmaker than LeBron?
I think LeBron just sees the floor better than
Okay,
than
and if I
mostly
say the
everybody.
same thing about John Stockton, and you're just going to tell me he averaged more assists.
But the thing, because you're trying to take away that assists is not.
I'm not taking. No, they
legitimate-
count. They are a factor. I just don't think it's the be all end all.
All right,
That's all I've ever
like
said.
I said, we got to agree to disagree. Like
That's
for
fine.
example, like that's really just one of those agree to disagree things. Like
Are we unmuted now?
Yes. Yes.
All right, so chat, listen, bro, listen. Me and Mars said we had to say to each other. So this is what y'all get for not liking the damn video. When we say to like the video, you gotta like it, or stuff like this will happen. I can't repeat what we had. It was a nice little altercation we had, but
Altercation.
it's like
is fire.
it's like, bro, y'all gotta like the damn video. I don't know what y'all doing. It's 100 something people, and we was at what was you trying to get 120?
No, 100. But
100. Like, come on, 150 in here. You couldn't get to 100 that easy. Like, come on, bro. Don't do that.
Bomber
and
Link-
they dead stopped at 102. They're like, all right, fuck
yeah,
it.
right. Bomber Link sent a super chat, said, I just know Dub spitting facts with no audio. G Baby. So Dub basically likes participation awards then, because by your logic, no one ever loses. Everyone's a winner because they tried their best.
It's not about participation awards. It's the fact that you over here putting yourself at a pedestal where not a lot of people could do. If you're making your team playoff relevant, you're being considered as a top 10, top 5 player in the league, even top 15. That matters, bro. You gotta understand how many people are in the league. There's hundreds of people in the league who don't get that type of love. Shaq is a guy who I'm bringing Shaq. Shaq's a guy who could easily play in the league, but he's just not there. Like where you are and where you put yourself, you have to be rewarded for that. Which is why I'm not going to sit here and call somebody a loser.
Dub, you're a
Except for
loser.
Cat.
Yeah, Cat. Yeah, it's fine.
Carmelo's a loser, no matter how you look at it.
All right, moving on. Let's talk about this Nets Celtics trade discussions. So the
Wait, I got a follow-up question real quick. Just yes or no, Mars. Does that include rookies as well, or is there a certain
No, once you get after your rookie extension, so you play your 3 rookie years, your 4-year extension. After that, loser territory.
so,
Hold on, wait.
I'm not just gonna
Oh.
say Jaylen Green is a loser and he's played 1 season.
All right. We're gonna get, since we want to get nasty.
No.
I think you got to go by the
No.
end of the
Well,
career.
no.
we're done with this. Dub,
Me-
we're done with this.
No,
You-
Because to be a winner, you just need to chip.
I don't
That's
want
all
my
I'm getting.
computer to die.
Yeah, and then
I
like
wanna
right now,
talk
Chris
about
Paul's
this topic.
Chris Paul's a loser. If
Hold
he
on,
wins
wait.
next year, he's a
I need to
No.
ask
loser.
Mar
Chip.
something. I need
No.
to ask Mar something.
No.
Is Shaq a loser because he ain't in the NBA?
That has nothing to do with his argument.
If
So
Shaq won, I don't know if Shaq's won a championship. If Shaq won a championship wherever he's playing, that
He
means
has.
he wouldn't be a loser. Then
He
Shaq
has.
I
is
won
not
a
a loser.
championship.
Then he's not a loser.
That's
It's based on
ridiculous.
where you're playing. If you want to send Carmelo
Mars.
if you want to send Carmelo to EuroLeague to go get a championship, so I wouldn't call him a loser. Then go do that.
That's crazy,
That's
bro.
cool.
Like that's just ridiculous.
If you want to say he's
That's
not a loser because
ridiculous.
he won the
just
NCAA
because of
championship,
championships, that's
cool.
what you're leveling it out.
Yeah,
just
if you want to say
like, come on,
basketball
bro.
career, Carmelo's
come
not a
on,
loser
bro.
because he won at Syracuse.
Come
That's
on,
cool.
championships, bro.
As an
Moving
NBA player,
on.
Carmelo's a loser. That's all it is. As an NBA player, Carmelo's a loser.
Moving on. All
I'm
right.
glad he put that championship in there for you, Shaq.
Boston
I was worried he was gonna call you a
Celtics,
loser.
Brooklyn Nets. Boston Celtics offered Jaylen Brown, Derek White, and a draft pick for KD, but the Nets wanted more. They also wanted Marcus Smart, more draft picks, and potentially one more rotation player. Celtics are very serious about acquiring KD. They believe KD is a piece that could take them over that final hurdle. Should the Celtics should they be entertaining this? Should they be hesitating? What's going on here?
They should be, and they should. If you have the chance to get a top 7 player in the NBA, you entertain that. Like with 4 years on their contract, it just makes sense. If you're not entertaining that, you're not doing your due diligence.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I think if KD's on the market, you got to see what you could do to get him. Like it's Kevin Durant.
I'm giving up damn near everything on my team to get KD, to be honest.
Who specifically for Boston?
If they say keep Jaylen Brown and give me Jason Tatum, I'm giving them Jason Tatum.
What is that clicking noise? You guys hear that? Am I going crazy?
I heard that too. I don't know what it is though.
I give up Marcus Smart. I give up Jaylen Brown. I give up whoever. Like as long as I'm keeping one of the 2 best players on the team to be the co-star.
In a package though, you know what I'm saying? Like we're
I'm
not
giving up both
obviously
of them,
we're not
but-
swapping.
yeah.
Obviously we're not swapping. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So you're not giving them JB and JT for KD.
No, but I think JT couple picks, maybe throw in a Peyton Pritchard, Grant Williams. I think that gets it done. If you offer them Jason Tatum, I think Brooklyn accept that.
What about Robert Williams?
If they need Robert Williams and Jason Tatum, I'm doing that.
See, the problem is though that Minnesota trade for Rudy Gobert, like people want the value of like these trades now is like I'm not just taking a few role players. Like I want draft capital, I want an all-star talent caliber player. But I do think Boston has the assets to get a deal done. But I actually probably want to retract one thing. I don't think I'd give up Jason Tatum. I think I'd want to pair KD with Jason Tatum.
Apparently they can't give him up because of the Ben Simmons contract thing with the rookie extension.
Oh yeah, right.
So it has to be JB.
And I'll give up Marcus Smart because I got Brogdon now.
I'm giving up. Marcus Smart can go. I mean, I'm not losing too much sleep over losing Marcus Smart.
Yeah, I don't think anybody is. Especially because, he was your point guard and people were saying that they need a real point guard.
I agree.
So with JB tweeting whatever he tweeted with the, shake my head comment or whatever, do you think the ball has been like this trade needs to happen no matter what? Or do you think it's going to work for them to like make nothing happen? And now you have a Sour Patch Kid on your team.
I mean, JB's been a part of trade rumors before. This isn't new for him.
Right.
I think
you don't think he can get fed up?
I think maybe he feels a different type of way now because if I'm putting myself in Jaylen Brown's shoes, I'm like, I was just the best player on our team in the NBA finals.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And now you guys are still trying to move me. What else do I have to do to become basically untouchable?
Right.
But I think for some people, maybe Jaylen Brown is one of them that can motivate you to want to become better. So maybe if they keep him, he might take another step this year just to try and prove everyone in the Boston front office, like, hey, I'm really that guy. Like, you can't be looking to trade me at every chance you get to get an upgrade. I'm the best thing you're going to really get. Maybe he's looking at it from that perspective.
I would feel a type of way. That's natural. Go ahead, Doug.
No, go ahead.
No, I was going to say that's just like natural reaction, though. Like, if you up for trade rumors after being the best player on the finals, I mean, you're going to be upset about it. But at the same time, like, it's Kevin bleeping Durant. Like, every team in the entire NBA picking up that phone to see what the asking price is. He's on the market. He requested a trade. Like, if that means Jaylen Brown has to be in the mix for that to happen, I mean, that's what it has to be. Like, it's Kevin Durant.
I don't think he's on the market. He's requested for it, and the Nets are just pump faking.
I can see that too.
Yeah, I don't think he's going anywhere, but you still got to do it. You got to try and get him.
To address what you said, Euro, I'm not really worried about Jaylen Brown and like performing with the team because even though he could be upset with the front office, I think the camaraderie he has with everybody else on the team is just gonna outweigh any of that. I don't think he'll put the team in jeopardy just because of what the front office was doing. I think he has a good relationship with all of those guys, in my opinion.
Yeah.
How does this, if this trade were to go through, or a similar trade, at least moving KD to Boston and Jaylen Brown's gone, how does that affect the Celtics and how does it affect the Nets?
Well,
I think Boston win a title, and if they don't, then people are going to start.
I don't
looking
think
at
they
KD.
win a title because Jaylen Brown is not the only thing that's going to go. That's the problem. It's
What is
impossible
going to
to
go
make this
that
trade.
KD can't replace?
If you take Jaylen Brown, Marcus Smart, right there.
Think they'll be fine with
I
JT
think,
and
I think
KD.
They won't-
KD,
they won't-
I
they
think
won't
what
be
KD
fine.
bring, because you got Brogdon, who will take Marcus Smart's role, and then KD is gonna be Jaylen Brown.
Brogdon's
you
gonna
could
be
just throw
injured if
Jason
Marcus
Tatum
Smart
in the
leaves.
Jaylen Brown role.
But yeah, Brogdon's going to become injury prone. I won't say he will get injured, but he becomes injury prone when he starts to play that many minutes.
You can load manage. I mean, everyone does it.
Wait,
They're gonna make
what are
us
we
play
referring
Especially
to
this.
when we think that this imaginary championship would happen? Where does this come from?
It comes from
KD. It comes from KD joining.
It comes from a team making the finals,
As you know, KD better than Kawhi.
replacing their second best player,
You know, KD means a chip.
replacing their second best player with a player better than their current best player. So now,
So
Jason
what happens
Tatum
when
goes from number
Brogdon
1
goes
to number
down?
2. Then you're lacking
If they
a
can't stay
playmaker.
healthy, what happens?
If Brogdon goes down, I think due to the fact that they're losing another playmaker, it changes their dynamic. But from a talent level and coaching level, I still think they're probably the favorites in the East.
So you think this Celtics team beats a healthy Bucks team?
I think with Brogdon or without.
Brogdon and his friends, whoever Brogdon wants to bring
So
into the locker
if
room.
Boston and Milwaukee go into a series healthy, and Mike Budenholzer is still coaching the Milwaukee
Everything
Bucks,
is the same.
I'm Boston in 6 or 7.
I'm going Boston too. Jason Tatum and
Okay.
KD is going to be
I know you
crazy
are.
duo.
I know Kyrie and KD was some crazy shit
I still
to you.
think the Bucks
so
will have a shot.
everything.
Yeah, I think they have a shot, but I
Yeah, the
just
Bucks will still have a shot for sure.
Budenholzer's a fraud. So
Wow.
So how long has Jason Tatum been better than Kyrie Irving?
It's not about that. I mean,
It is because they're losing pieces when they trade KD.
It's not about
So we're in the
that, like-
same position.
But they have a better coaching. They have a better foundation. They have a better all of the above, bro, than the Brooklyn Nets.
All right.
Jason
It
Tatum.
depends
and
on
KD.
what you get rid of. Like to me, I think the Nets in this whole situation, I think they should blow it up and fight their hardest to get Victor Wembanyama. I mean, I think he's a generational talent. And I think if I am the Nets, I have the opportunity to, I mean, I can get from under this Kyrie situation that obviously didn't work. KD wants out. So I'm looking for as much draft capital as I can, if I can muster. And I just think about rebuilding. But it's very clear by like some of the signings they've had in free agency, the Nets are still looking to be competitive. Like it's kind of obvious there. But like if you're gonna give up like a Robert Williams, and you're gonna give up Marcus Smart, and you're gonna give up Derek White and Payne
And I'm
Pritchard,
about to win a championship.
Yeah,
So
like
they're giving up all of that, and they're about to win a championship.
there's no way. Yeah,
So
there's no way.
So
You
then
still need a
James Harden
bench.
and Joel Embiid's about to also win a championship. Who else is Jimmy Butler and Bam? They're about to win a championship. All the guys that have decent core is going to win a
need a bench.
championship. That's
I
what
mean,
you guys are saying.
they're all in the running, and then it's just make your choice. I think Boston will be. I don't think they're just going to be the overwhelming favorite like KD on the Warriors. It's not going to be like that.
So last season,
everyone knows who won, but they're going to
if
be
last season,
contending.
if last season, if Chris Middleton doesn't get hurt, where are we at?
I think Boston's still good to the finals.
I think Boston still wins too. Chris Middleton was having a bad year last year, bro. He was not the same Chris Middleton. You
I
can
mean,
look up the numbers.
I'm not saying he was bad, but I just
Dub did.
I don't
Dub
agree
just
with
called
that.
him
I
a
just think
loser.
Huh?
You just called him a loser. That's crazy.
I ain't call nobody.
I just
loser.
don't
just
see
say
the
he
way
played
the
bad.
Milwaukee Bucks play and beating the Boston Celtics. I just think, well, I'm just low.
I don't think
so. I'm just maybe that's where it comes from.
Listen, you start a team around Jason Tatum and Kevin Durant. I don't know the pieces that you can put around them to win a championship. They're definitely not going to still be in Boston. That's the only point that I'm making. And they're not coming from the Nets.
If they can keep Robert Williams,
I will say
Al
the same
Horford,
thing.
I think they'll be all right.
Dub, it's in the realm of possibilities. I'll give you that one. But it's a lot in that realm.
Nick Dawson sent a super chat, said, J-Rob, I think the Nets traded all their picks for Harden, so I don't know how they can get Victor.
That's why I'm saying, though, because they got Kevin Durant as a piece, you can recoup, at least for this next upcoming draft. You could definitely recoup if you want. Somebody's giving up their draft pick right now for next year's draft in the first round for Kevin Durant, for sure.
But then if they have Kevin Durant, they're not going to be in the lottery. So
Exactly.
Shaq, you played against Asvel Villeban, and I don't know if he played yearly competition because I don't think he did. But did you? If he did you see him? Like, what do you see when
he dabbled? For obvious reasons, him being so young, they have to protect his draft stock going up against more experienced players.
Yeah.
I think it's a Chet Holmgren situation where you just kind of got to see. I mean, Kristaps kind of started all of this. So you just kind of got to see what they can do. Like, it's so hard to judge. Should he be the number 1 overall pick? If I'm a GM, I'm taking him. Unless I see something else stateside. Unless it's something else stateside, I mean, I got to. Just off of potential.
Oh,
that's crazy.
At that height, doing the things that he does with the ball, I mean, it is impressive.
Yeah.
All right, y'all.
And he's young.
We got to call it. Jack's got to go. I got to throw my computer off the balcony. Shaq, do you want to announce what's going on tomorrow? Or just...
No, I don't. But I would like to announce that there's about to be the J-Rob rule will be in effect moving forward.
J-Rob rule.
Heavily.
You should give them a timer.
They're going to hate that in the chat.
You should give them
it was on me.
Jack, I like a timer. I like a timer. If they don't hit it in the 24 seconds, it'll just be muted until they hit it.
They're never gonna hit it. So they're just gonna be missing Dub Cook.
I like that.
Yeah, Dub won this episode. Appreciate you, Decoy.
Crazy.
That's a fact.
One person who said that.
Nah, they said Mars.
I co-signed it.
I think Mars. I think it was me and Mars, and then Shaq came in third.
I will pay attention
just know that Shaq
to.
didn't win this episode.
You just called Shaq a loser. That's what you just did.
Yeah.
True. No, it's okay. When you're going up against competition like this, I can't really look at you, in a bad light.
Dub ain't win
I'm
shit.
a vet.
Thank you, Steve.
I'm a vet. I don't want to win episodes. I'm a vet.
Shaq, tomorrow's still happening though?
I have no idea.
Oh, okay.
It should be.
All right, so just keep an eye on our Instagram. If anything is happening, we will post it there. But potentially something happening tomorrow. So keep your eyes peeled. J-Rod, thanks for joining us today, bro. Appreciate that.
You for having me. I see y'all on Gridiron.
Yes, sir. Gridiron tonight. Any final words? Anyone else?
I would like to finally get my 1v1 with Dub whenever he wants to accept the challenge.
I've always accepted it.
All right, we doing Jimmy Butler overrated or underrated?
Oh wait, right now?
No. Next episode.
Oh, okay. Wait, I thought it was Hall of Famer.
Yeah, but all you're gonna say is this guy made the Hall of Fame, or this guy made the Hall of Fame, and I'm just like,
that's all I gotta do.
Wait, there's a gold medal. Does a gold medal count to make you a winner, Mars, in the Olympics?
As an NBA player,
no. I tried that a couple times.
I wanted to ask him. I want to see the
criteria. They hate Olympic gold over here.
As an international player, I mean, he's not.
Yeah, no, I kind of agree though. I'm kind of waiting for NBA player, American player. Yeah, I mean,
Manu Ginobili, if he won no rings in the NBA, but he had that Olympic gold, that's cool.
The value of gold over here has been increasing.
Think about it.
All right, y'all. We'll see y'all next episode Sunday.
All right.
Gridiron tonight. Peace out.
All right, fellas. Peace.